Hi there, this is Pride Weekly. We'll start with Tuesday. Work on legalising same-sex marriage in Greece is still going ahead, despite big opposition there from the influential Orthodox Church. Its governing body, the Holy Synod, has put out a statement focused on the raising of children, which claims they're being treated as accessories and companion pets for gay couples. The Church also says no amount of political correctness can bypass a child's innate need for a female mother and a male father. But regardless, the Greek government's reaffirmed its commitment to marriage equality before the end of the current parliamentary term. Here's a couple of kids on ABC's Jimmy Kimmel Live explaining what they think same-sex marriage is.
When a boy and a boy get married and a girl get married.
Oh, you're right. Do you think anybody should be able to get married?
If you're old enough.
Oh,
Where a boy marries another boy.
okay. And could it be when a girl meets or marries another girl?
No.
Wow, what would it be called if a girl married another girl?
Lesbianism.
Greece legalised same-sex civil partnerships 9 years ago. And gay couples in Estonia can apply to get married as of yesterday. Comes off the back of a vote in Parliament there last June. The president of Burundi in East Africa says homosexuals in his country should be stoned. Not sure it's responsible to be endorsing drug use, but okay. And over Easter, Ndayishimiye didn't stop there. He also reckons homosexuality is like choosing between Satan and God, and accepting it would curse the country. Well, I'm shocked. He didn't talk like this during our Grindr hookup. Gay sex is illegal in more than 30 African countries, and in Burundi, it can get you up to 2 years in prison. And Xander Murray, who made history as the first senior Scottish football player to come out as gay, says he's retiring. The 32-year-old, who's with Gala Fairydean Rovers, feels he's achieved what he wanted to. He's become a vocal advocate for LGBTQ+ equality and led the Pride March in Edinburgh last year. And FYI, despite public demand, I'm not retiring. Hi there, it's Pride Daily for Wednesday. A man who murdered a non-binary lesbian in Kenya has been sentenced to 30 years in prison. The body of Sheila Lumumba was found in their home in the town of Karatina in April 2022. It's thought the 25-year-old hotel worker had been sexually assaulted. LGBTQ+ advocacy groups in Kenya have criticised the sentence given to Billington Wambui Mwathi for being too lenient. The police investigation was labelled inadequate. Sheila's cousin, Brenda Akini, said at the time of the murder, vital evidence at Sheila's home was missed.
We went there to collect Sheila's things. My cousin Stacy, she was packing the clothes and she found the murder weapon. After the police said they had searched her house and they didn't find the murder weapon, but it was just there on the bed.
Gay sex is illegal in Kenya with widespread discrimination against queer people. The number of adults in America identifying as LGBTQ+ has risen by more than 2.5 million since 2020. So the total's now just under 14 million, the most ever, if you go by a study from the University of California, Los Angeles, works out at 5.5% of the total population. The report also found there are more queer adults in Southern America than any other US region. And you know how gays like me can't stop just yapping about our sexuality? Well, a lord in Northern Ireland, a lord no less, has quite rightly called us out on it. 86-year-old Lord Kilcooney's managed to send a tweet, God love him, saying, if you are gay, and it appears that many are, you do not need to mention it every time. And there's an exclamation mark at the end of his ignorance-gasm, just to keep it light. There have been many clapbacks, including, what prompted you to tweet this at 8:30 in the morning, genuinely curious, and it's a little early for a triple scotch. Never too early. Cheers. It's Pride Daily for Thursday. A well-known LGBTQ+ rights advocate in Uganda is in a critical condition after being stabbed. Stephen Kabuye, who's gay, was knifed in his stomach and one of his arms as he made his way to work in Kampala. He's co-founder of the advocacy organisation Truth to LGBTQ, which also provides mental health support. Uganda brought in one of the world's strictest anti-queer laws last year, with claims it's led to a big rise in attacks. Speaking a few months ago, Stephen told PBS NewsHour the country's Anti-Homosexuality Act is pointless.
How can someone change from being gay? Can I change? No, I cannot change. I was born gay and I am gay. Right now, the Ugandan LGBT community, we need hope. We call upon the international community to open its borders to the most vulnerable activists in Uganda as we fight this draconian law.
The law was challenged in Uganda's constitutional court last month. No ruling as yet, though. It's been condemned by countries around the world. A prominent LGBTQ+ rights lawyer in America has died at the age of 65. Mauro Walden Montoya was among the first to represent people with HIV facing mistreatment and discrimination when he was based in Washington, D.C. He later returned to his home city of Albuquerque in New Mexico, where his work for the queer community continued. Mauro had been suffering from cancer. His husband Andy says he was a good man with a passionate heart and deep soul. And what's worse than a gay kiss on live TV? Yes, that's right, an interracial gay kiss on live TV. It was broadcast during coverage of the New Year's celebrations in Times Square, New York, by networks including CNN, ABC and CBS. Knuckle draggers went into meltdown, of course, calling it woke, sickening and staged indoctrination. Reports it's left a number of right-wingers with PTSD can't be confirmed. Thoughts and prayers, thoughts and prayers. It's Pride Daily for Friday. Transgender model Monroe Bergdorf has been misgendered 4 times in a letter from 17 UK campaign groups sent to the United Nations. Organisations including LGB Alliance, Fair Play for Women and Transgender Trend say they're dismayed and disappointed she's been chosen by the UN to represent UK women. The letter says the female population of the UK is more than 33 million, yet you've ignored every one of us and chosen a male. The 36-year-old's also accused of being unsuitable in every regard. Monroe tells The Guardian about the prejudice she's experienced previously.
If I've got a seat at the table in, an influential position, people will literally campaign against me until I'm forced to either leave or forced out and sacked or dropped. And I just find it a great shame.
Other organisations signing the letter include Sex Matters and the Women's Rights Network. One you might have missed over the holidays. Congo in Central Africa is going through its biggest ever Mpox outbreak, with fears discrimination against gay and bisexual men there is making things worse. A global outbreak in 2022 spread mainly among men who have sex with other men. Most of Africa has made homosexuality illegal, leading to more discrimination, so is it any wonder people who've got the virus might just keep quiet? Mpox is spread by close contact and causes a fever, skin rash and lesions. And Gucci is being boycotted by stinky rotten homophobes, although how can they actually boycott a brand they can't afford? The company's latest ad campaign features 2 men kissing and 2 women embracing. Mother, pass the smelling salts. It's made bigots come over a little queer, with some posting unfollowed on Instagram in the belief their patronage is of any consequence whatsoever. And here's the best response to them so far. To all the unfollowers, this is not an airport, no need to announce your departure. I'm Kev McGrath, see you Monday.